From the traditionalist generations to those who are still alive, to the young teens of the Alpha generation. Keeping all other opinions aside, I think we can come to one conclusion, and that is, Generation Z, they brought about the change, the much-needed change that we all talked about, that we all dreamed about.
Rocking Mama to Real Mama, Mamta B.
There are decades where nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen. This status was put up by Lenin over a century ago, and how relevant it is even till this very day. The second week of 2025 will go down in history as the most politically significant week in the history of Nepal. Regardless of which political party you were affiliated to, and regardless of your age, we were all blatantly aware about the corruption. We were always hoping that the older generation of political leaders would pave the way and let new generation take over. Today, not just Nepal, but the whole world remains gobsmacked at how quickly a young generation revolution took place and how it completely changed the political scenario of Nepal. From the traditionalist generations to those who are still alive, to the young teens of the Alpha generation. Keeping all other opinions aside, I think we can come to one conclusion, and that is, Generation Z, they brought about the change, the much-needed change that we all talked about, that we all dreamed about. They had to bear the heavy and tragic loss of over 50 lives to bring about this change. We just hope and pray that the loss of lives will not go in vain. This was not a political party demonstration. It was a whole young generation coming together to voice their opinions against corruption, against nepotism, and the lack of economic stability in the country. Nepal is not the only country going through all of these changes, protests. Well, lately in the news, we've seen Bangladesh, we've seen Indonesia, we've seen Hong Kong go through it, we've seen Sri Lanka, we've seen Chile and Sudan. All of these countries, there have been protests, much of it done by the younger generation, because they're frustrated and they all want to share their opinions and be heard and bring about that change. It feels like a global trend where young people have come together to say enough is enough. And to bring about these changes, they've been adopting new methods, digital technology, and demanding accountability for a brighter future. Social media has played a pivotal role, especially in last week's protests. We all were literally glued to our phone, weren't we? 24/7 updates. We were like minute by minute. We were not glued to the television for the news anymore. We were getting everything right here in this little object here. Minute by minute details of everything unfolding right before our eyes. We were able to share the news with people far away. We were able to check in on each other and ask how everybody's doing. Are they safe? Where is help needed? We were able to see, uncensored live footage of all the atrocities that were unfolding before our eyes. Gen Z, the first digital natives. They don't know a life. They don't know a world without the internet, without the smartphone. They were just born into it. And you wonder why they are so connected and so aware about social issues all around the world. The way of communication is so fast, it literally leaves me baffled. I try to have conversations about issues with my two young Gen Z children. And it always feels like a rapid-fire question because I bring up the issue, and before I know it, I'm on the defending side. And they have all of the answers, the discussions and the questions. They just like boom, 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 boom. They know it all. Almost any subject you talk about. So, in a way, I'm not surprised at how all of the younger generation came together, even from outside of Nepal, all came together on one platform, expressed their voices, and decided that this is the time to bring the change. Coming back to how the events unfolded, it started out as a peaceful protest. We were all watching on our phones. We saw it happening. We were happy that the change was coming. We were all watching and we were so optimistic that, yes, things are going the right way. Coming back to how the events unfolded that day, It started out as a peaceful protest. It is exciting to see so many young people come together and, talk and voice their opinions. Yes, this is what we were all looking for. And as we followed them, as they moved on during the day, suddenly, before we knew it, it turned out to be a tragic, tragic protest. None of this was a part of the agenda, and neither was burning down government property. But how and when and why did all of this happen is the bigger question. With the events being recorded live by thousands of people here in Nepal and being watched by thousands more all across the world. With the events being recorded live by thousands of people here in Nepal and being watched by thousands more all over the world, there is hope that in these videos, in these footages, there will be enough proof to bring all the guilty to justice. We hope and pray that the young generation take on the challenges ahead with full wisdom and with commitment and with the hope that they can lead Nepal into a better future. As for me, a woman in my mid-50s, I cannot be anything but optimistic for the future.
Hits FM 91.2